Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's me, Robert Phoenix, and we are now live on the Friday FARcast. And welcome to the show. Here we go. Got a little cold beverage here. Tastes good. And look who's here. She's a fixture now. I think I'm going to get a series of scratching posts and put them around the house because she likes to use her nails. And I'm not liking the way she's using her nails. So let me kind of set up today's show as we wait for our guest to just click on the link and join us. Here we go. And it's going to be an interesting show and a little bit different from things that we've done in the past, but in some ways not so different. And so before I bring her on, last week we had a heavy dose of Russ Winter. And I love Russ, and he always brings the heavy artillery, right? Like when Russ is on, we're going to see things we don't want to see. We're going to hear things we don't want to hear. And yet it's important. Like, when I was a kid, and I'm not sure if everybody hated broccoli when they were a kid. I hated broccoli. But Russ is like the broccoli of the Friday FARcast and kind of essential, right? But today we're going to go in a completely different direction. And if Russ is the purveyor of black pills, today's guest, Christine, is the purveyor of white pills. And white is clearly a reference to her product. And I'm gonna let her tell you more about it. And this is not just, hey, go buy her product. It's a really great story, and it's an inspiring story. And I think we need more inspiring stories to buttress the effects of what seems to be like an ever encroaching darkness. So today is going to be about something very uplifting and empowering, and hopefully you can take something from our conversation and apply it to your life. So without any delay, let's bring on Christine, who is the founder, owner, operator of Pure Soap Flakes. Hi, Christine. You have to activate your mic. There's a little mic function there. It says add audio. Have you figured it out? On settings, there's a little mic thing at the bottom. Or you have to go into settings and then activate your mic. If not, I'll just have to make up your lines for you. All right. She's figuring it out. We're going to get there. Erin L is having a Mother's Day dinner with her kids tonight. All right. Is that a dinner at home or is that a dinner out? All right, she's coming back. Come on in. Come in. All right, Christine, can you hear us? Can you hear me? Can we hear you? All you got to do is activate that camera and activate that. And then you'll be good to go. Anybody else have any Mother's Day plans for the weekend? Since I'm all out of mothers at this point, we'll be spending Mother's Day with Joan's mother this weekend. A little San Antonio lunch. You're back. Is your mic on? Is your mic on? I don't think so. There's a little mic icon at the bottom. Like at the bottom of your screen, it should say either mute, stop cam, settings, present. So you either got to click on that mic or you have to go into settings, open up settings, and then click on whatever mic is available to you, which should be your computer mic. So Orlando is having some kind of celebration with her mom and kids, but not sure what. Listen to Frank Zappa. Frank Zappa and the Mothers. There you go. There's a Mother's Day celebration. Are you guys old enough to remember the show The Mothers-in-Law with Eve Arden and Kay Ballard? Why do I remember this shit? Why do I remember The Mothers-in-Law? It didn't last very long. It was one of those shows that would come on TV. Yes, congratulations.
Thank you. I had an external mic.
You have solved the equation, and now you can get to the next level of the matrix.
Yay for me. My sister installed an external mic. I didn't realize. So.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you're here, Christine. Because
I'm glad to be here.
We get to hear about your passion and your life work and your story, which I think is really inspirational and on so many levels, because you took an idea and you've just stayed with it, and you've ground away at it, and you have so much fortitude, and you have a full-blown product that is in demand. And why don't you tell people a little bit about the product, and then we'll go backwards, and we'll all learn how you got here, and then we'll get everybody up to speed, and we'll talk about the challenges and all the other things that go along with owning your own business and being an entrepreneur. So let's start from the beginning.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for everything you do. I'm going to tell you something, but I'm going to start a history. I wouldn't have done this without you, by the way. I have been listening to you for a very long time. I've been empowered by people who are empowering others. I would have never done this, just to let you know. Started the company in 2008, basically in mind only. By 2010, I'm selling. It's been very difficult because we're privately held. Did this on a shoestring. We create a soap that is very different. It is meant for cleaning, bathing, and laundry. It is not super fatted. There's no fancy. It's just basic grandma, what have you. I learned it. I'm a first generation American. And my mom is from England, went through the World War II thing. My father, Welsh. And on both Nana's side, in the U.S., when I was 5 years old, they just thought we had lost our minds. And I listened to them. And I love that they taught me how to make my own laundry powder, make my own cleaning products, clean with a wool rag. As my mother, the now 92-year-old, who I'm caring for, which is very difficult, and we've talked about that, but really it's been good because I've seen her come full circle with why not to use modern soaps, why we should be going to natural always. How do we find those solutions? What do we do? Basically, I figured out it starts with soap. I am now 66 years old, but when I was in college, late 70s, Sodium lauryl sulfate is one of the modern soap ingredients that has taken over. It's in over 94% of our hygiene products. I can't be around it. I just will blow up. I have rashes. Oh my goodness. I have stayed actually in the finest hotels, and I think, oh, goody, I'm going to try this shampoo and see how good it is. And oh my gosh, no, I am a mess. So we have hundreds of people suffering because of modern products that are synthetic. So I'm a completely natural. How do we do everything as natural as possible? That's it. So what I did was honor my grandparents, my heritage, and let's get natural. How do I do it? So what I did was I took the soap flakes out of the UK that have been there since what, the 1600s. I don't know, it's been around forever. And I reverse engineered it, and instead of using palm oil as one of the ingredients, I chose to use a local sunflower seed oil from Tom Smoothie sunflower seed oil, but also working with coconut oil, fair trade, Malaysian and Filipino. Know the farmers, cold pressed, organic. I won't work with anything less. So I reverse engineered what was out of England from years gone by. I actually have stuff from my grandma's. It's so fun to have. So what I did was try to just bring this simple cleaning concept back to us. And as you know, Robert, we've talked about this. I don't know if we want to get into the history or not, but I have a lawyer slash friend who convinced me to do this because I was importing soap flakes from the UK, selling them. And he said, look, you know more about soap flakes and pure soap and natural cleaning than anyone. You need to make this an American product. I will do all the legal for you for free. You got to answer the call. This is a call from God. You got to answer the call. My background was corporate communications. I'm a medical, and legal graphic artist. We could go into that. But he said, look, you need to do this. And so he convinced me to do this. And he said, you know what? And I can't believe I did this, really, Robert. So in fact, it's weird to talk about. I engineered all the equipment. My father was an electrical engineer. I brought up on an engineering table, at dinner table. I understood certain things. If you can't buy it, make it. And I think everyone needs to understand that you can make things. Just create it. Find the people. So I engineered equipment. That was the first 2 years. Anyway, long story short, here we are. But what happened really was to find out that the American people really want natural. We are tired. Aren't we all tired? And I wouldn't even say American people, but globally, I think we need to take a natural approach. I think we all see that synthetic isn't working, modern soaps, let's just start there. I'm on the base. I'm at base, ground zero soap, and I'm not even talking about food. You could get me going. Sorry about the lighting and whatever.
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't know how to help it. But we need to get more natural in everything. Absolutely everything. But one of the things that is very interesting, I'm going to go back to natural soap and modern soap. Sodium lauryl sulfate, which has been around for a long time, has been increasing over the years, and it's killing us. It really is. It's acidic. It cleans by corrosion, by taking off dirt off your skin and your clothes, instead of a natural chemistry of soap, which It has a positive ion, negative ion, lifts the dirt, rinses the dirt. Sodium lauryl sulfate will hyper relax fabric and skin, and it is bad for you because it's scraping your skin off, it's scraping your clothes off in the laundry, and it's also creating for laundry a lot of debris we don't need in the waterways. But many people are suffering with skin ailments, and it is because they have sodium lauryl sulfate in their life.
That's interesting. So you could turn your are you on YouTube?
I don't know. I'm on StreamYard.com.
Is YouTube open in your?
I don't see that.
Okay, because I was just getting an echo.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. One of the things that you mentioned that it didn't occur to me, because I you know, I think a lot of people that are switched on around health understand that sodium lauryl sulfate is not good. Like, you know, when I go to buy a shampoo, I look at it. Do I see sodium lauryl sulfate in the shampoo? If I do, I don't get it, right? And it's because I think, okay, it's going to have deleterious effects on my health somehow. But the degradation of the fabric, it was something that I was not aware of. And continued use of sodium lauryl sulfate shortens the lifespan of your clothing.
Absolutely. Why your buttons fall off, why the zippers don't work, why everything falls apart. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so we're rejecting sodium lauryl sulfate,
which goes by other names. It goes by a lot of names. You have to really decipher. There's thousands of names.
There are lots, right? Yeah.
They also want to buffer it. It really became modern and natural. You can synthesize coconut oil to make a sodium lauryl. So you can synthesize any vegetable oil to become a sodium lauryl sulfate or create it by scratch. It's on pennies on the pound. You know, when we look at any of the modern soap, shampoos, etc., I don't need to name names, but they are selling their product at 600% profit margin.
Wow.
It is a wow. It is a wow. We're all being taken. We're being taken not only with the ingredients in our cleaning products, but our food, air, every move we make, there is Satan breathing there. And I just think that, no, really every breath.
I agree.
No, I'm so dead serious.
I agree. It's funny.
Okay?
I agree.
My grandmas are up there just yay, because I think I'm the last of the, again, first generation American natural tree huggers. My dad, the Olympian, just, you better drink some water, get the fruit, you know. So we need to move back to natural. All this synthetic modern crap is killing us. It's killing us.
So let's start with the basic ingredient. The foundation of all this is boron, right?
No, it really isn't. And you've brought that up in a couple of meetings. I want to talk about that. Okay. That would be the basic ingredient in the laundry powder. The basic soap, though, I'm so proud to say, is a food grade saponified 2 vegetable ingredients, one being coconut out of Malaysia or Philippines. We know the farms, we know our farmers. And then the sunflower seed oil is from Tom Smuty, neighboring farm in northern Minnesota. The only one of 2 sunflower seed oils in the United States that is cold pressed from the seed only. And most sunflower seeds oil that we purchase is pressed from the seed and the shell together,
See.
creating an acidic oil, but very easy to press. So this is an amazing oil, and everyone should check out Tom or Smoothie sunflower seed oil. It's amazing, and I will send you some, Robert, because we've got totes of it, 2,000 pounds of it at a time. But it's an amazing sunflower seed oil. But those are the two ingredients in the soap only, and the way it's saponified is food grade. Uh, um, we use reverse osmosis water and food grade alkali that you would use for olives, pretzels, making food that's been around for our grandma's had that. So I make sure that we food grade saponified. Now that's an interesting term when most soap makers are using alkali that is riddled with metal and industrial, who knows what it is. So one of the things the soap is saponified, pure, no super fatting, no residue. But then what we do is take the soap, you can purchase that in a bar, which many people do, it's fantastic. But we shave that. We shave that into flakes. Then we have our soap flake product, which is the old school first soaps that were used in washing machines, etc., European. And then what we do is we grind the soap flakes, and then we make our laundry powder, which is then blended with just simply baking soda, borax, and washing soda.
Okay,
a whole grandma recipe. But I want to talk about boron. I do quick. Everyone should be going out and getting a boron tablet. You can buy them for cheap. You want to take 10 milligrams a day. Boron is a great thing. Now, my grandmas, the European grandmas, would tell us, I used to drink borax. Just put a tablespoon in. They were sprinkling it on food, Boron is where it's at. You need boron. So get some boron. But it's also good to have in your washing ingredients as well. Borax gets a really negative rap out there. And personally, I'm very close to the Procter & Gamble people. Probably shouldn't say that out loud. But they will put out a marketing campaign against borax, which has been around for thousands of years. Maybe what we need is a negative campaign on GMO foods.
Yeah, I think we need that more than ever. But there's been a lot of talk about GMOs and glyphosate, and I mean, just kind of in my space in the last 24 hours, and I would totally agree. So there is boron in the cleaning products, but the soap is saponified with coconut oil and the sunflower oil. Right?
Absolutely, just very simple, completely basic. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we've got your product ingredients and foundation down, and it seems to me like you have had these interesting like synchronicities and meetings along the way, which have propelled you to keep going.
Yeah, I would have quit a long time ago. Yeah.
So I think that's important for people. Some people are really good at adversity, like they thrive in adversity and a challenge, and some people are better at sort of veering off when the opportunity presents itself and there's either a person or event that reaffirms that opportunity. Not to say that you won't have challenges along the way, which you have had, but they're kind of different, a little bit of a different navigational sort of set or navigational program. What's been the biggest challenge for you along the way from the day you said, okay, I'm gonna commit myself to this, I'm gonna make this product, and away I go? What's been the biggest challenge?
Oh wow, what a great question. I will say it's my family. You know, I have to say my background was corporate communications, and I was very, I wouldn't say, well, I did well there, but for me to jump out in my late, in my, how old would I have been? 50, you know, was pretty kind of risky, but they're very anti me that. So they've been very adversarial. But the biggest challenges, really, as far as the company goes, was manufacturing. I manufactured all our own equipment. Very difficult. I'm in northern Minnesota. The right people. That's it, right there. I think the biggest challenges are running a small business in general, I would
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, you're up
Um,
against big players all day long. Again, we're privately held.
yeah.
That was one thing that friend, I'm not going to name his name because I didn't talk to him about any of this, but my friend lawyer, in fact, I need to call him, but he said, be prepared. Look, I've had spies coming into my shop, you know, stuff like that. I've had lots of people want to invest. And he was, look, you're going to do this privately held, which I will say you don't eat a lot that way, you know. But at the same time, I get to do what I want. And now it's exciting. Robert, a I've had good guidance, you being one of them. As you know, I'm edging this, moving, navigating waters. We're about to probably by August upload our new website that we're working on. Very exciting. We've got traction. We've got good orders. We have a lot of people. I turned down business. I'm very careful on how we are navigating. The world is difficult. COVID was hell for us. We were in lots of stores. We've got Whole Foods, which we haven't been back in since COVID. They want us back. You know, when you just get shut down as a small company and then expect to survive, it was very difficult. Then we moved to online. So the challenges have been riding the wave of madness in the
Yeah.
United
Yeah.
States. I mean, what else?
Well, COVID was such a huge adversity for a lot of businesses. And I mean, the cynical side of me looks back in COVID and feels like, okay, these, Fortune 500 companies are going to clobber Main Street, right?
Yeah, they have.
And they're going to clobber Main Street. And if you're lucky on Main Street, they may offer you some, pennies on the dollar for your business that is now struggling because of COVID. And of course, they're not struggling because of their deep pockets and whatever other incentives they're getting from the government to stay open. And it just feels a lot like it was this, you know, Valentine's Day massacre of small businesses during COVID. And
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
No,
Um,
absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, I want to talk about that. Just a couple days ago, it's Mother's Day.
mhm.
Do take care of a 92-year-old mother. My sister decides to send a gift from Amazon. Are you kidding me? Don't shop at Amazon. Don't even think about it. What are you doing? Can't you contact the local floral shop or something in our cute little town where my mom lives and just send her that? Get off. I think it's not just Robert, the situation. How do we as Americans handle that? This. Look, if you're shopping at Amazon, you're not helping.
There's a lot of
So
truth to
don't
that.
shop there.
A lot of
Stop
truth to
shopping
that.
there. So I'd like to look at, as we, the American people, about what can we do. Stop drinking soda pop. Stop buying from the big manufacturers. Go to the local restaurant. You know, instead of Amazon, contact your local florist or the local florist where you're going or what have you.
Right.
Let's, as Americans and citizens, I'm going to say global citizens, we need to empower ourselves by not participating in the madness. So,
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Absolutely. All right, so I'll give you. I'm gonna test your moral character here.
Oh boy,
Let's say Amazon came to you.
they have.
Okay, let's say
They
they
have.
said we're gonna give you the world,
They have.
Christine, and you said
No.
good for you.
I have been saying no. The thing that I really learned, really, and I love it, no. I used to be a yes person. I used to say, oh, good, let's make it happy. Let's make it good. How does it all work? My new simple word is no. And the beautiful thing about my friend, lawyer, I can't wait. I wish you need to interview him one day because he's retired. But he said, Christine, he empowered me so much as you have. Like, I went with everyone who's giving me information other than what is normal, I guess. But I had to really navigate, and how do I do this differently, and how do I stay privately held, and how do I say no to Amazon, Procter and Gamble, and all of that. And he just said, you get to say no. You get to say no to anybody you please. And that's what I've done. But the weird thing in saying no, not weird, really good. It's been a very great lesson. We are making money. I'm not on any social media. As you know, hardly have any accounts. I use my mom's Facebook account, you know. I have been off the radar. And the reason I did that, there were reasons for that. I wanted to make sure my product was going to sell without me. I can sell ice to an Eskimo. A lot of people can. I wanted to make sure, that people were really getting the results that I did as a person. I really just designed the company for me. The products are for me. I have very sensitive skin. I'm completely unable to use any modern products. It's just not going to happen. So by saying no all day long, the people that need to find me do. And just like we talked about the other day, Robert, this is an exciting story. I'm going to tell it.
All right.
I have a customer. Now, friend, now coworker in Pure, who dropped out as a chemical engineer out of one of those major companies. We won't name names. Her name is Jen. She has a company named Start With Soap. She's a chemical engineer, and she realized that what she was doing in this big company was killing her family. We meet 3 years ago or 4, whatever it is. She starts ordering soap flakes. We're talking about natural. She turns the whole family around. She quits her job at the big company and sees the damage she's doing. But the point in this is that as a chemical engineer within that big corporation, she really wasn't sure where she was. What was she working on? You know, the big corporations, they keep you in your little cubicle. You have no idea really how you're affecting another part. Well, when she finally kind of saw the big picture, she drops out, and now we're working together. And I love her ever so, because I just think you have to understand that natural is better. So,
Yeah.
how did I get off on that? I don't know. Sorry. It's just exciting to me that I have two chemical engineer people, one out of Berkeley and one out of Kansas, that are so excited about finding natural soap. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, you have had these really interesting synchronicities and meetings with people
Yeah.
along the way.
Yeah.
And this is and one of them. And then at a certain point, what about the guy from what is it, the uh home network or
Yeah. My okay. I don't even know if we need to bring him up, but okay, we private label for people,
right.
which is really exciting. One of the things is our base soap can be used in shampoos and this. One of our associates at the Mall of America, Patrick Richardson, you might want to talk to him. He's going to be calling you for a reading. And you gave us both a reading. Thank you for all of your insight. Again, edging forward, it's very difficult to navigate. So you need to know how to move. But he is lovely. His name is Patrick Richardson. He owns Laundry Evangelist at the Mall of America. We've been working with him for many years, and thankfully through COVID, this is where we came to be. He too, at the Mall of America, the whole thing shut down. He had nowhere to sell product. And so he got his online, and somehow we all pulled together. But he's amazing. And he has a book out, 3 books. One is Laundry Love, Home Love, I forget the other one, and another one coming out. He's been delightful to work with and has brought so much attention to just Pure Soap Flakes in the United States. We adore him. He's just a love.
Yeah. So again, it's another example of you meeting specific people along the way that have been able to help you, support you, and of course, you're supporting them as well because you're creating a good product.
I'm the
And
manufacturer. I mean,
yeah,
that's what I really came to realize, Robert, was I'm an American manufacturer. I
yeah,
didn't really kind of understand that position, except my friend, lawyer, said, look, you're an American manufacturer. You need to spread this out so other people can use the product. So, yeah, Patrick took it and ran with it for sure. For sure. It added to him because his background is textiles. He used to be with Macy's, I forget his position, but big wig, textiles design. He knows fabrics. He does estate sales, Gucci, all of that. I just produce the product. One thing about soap flakes, the soap flakes we produce, many people are producing them now, but they're not as good. We make them, of course, the best in the world, but they are used for fine fabrics, fine art, art restoration, electrical guys love it. It's because it's not a modern soap with the sodium lauryl sulfate, which is acidic.
right.
So it's a funny, weird place. But we are a manufacturer, and we will always make it as pure, and we don't care where it goes, just like I don't care. I have no boundaries. All we know is we make life better wherever you are.
So that's got to be gratifying, knowing that you're creating a product that is that you believe in, right?
I
There's
am
no
really
there's you're not cutting any corners. There's no compromise. You're doing it on your own terms, and you're improving the quality of people's lives. That's awesome. That's
absolutely.
such a blessing. And you got
Thank
started.
you.
You got started late in the game too. This is the other thing that
Oh,
right? I mean, you had a whole other life before this.
yeah. No, I don't know why I did this. This is the craziest thing I could have done. No, I had a whole life before, and it did cause problems. I will tell you this. My sweetie pie, we're barely hanging in there, although I called him this morning, and it's been a rough go. I could have taken the easy route. I could have and just retired out of the corporate world. I had a corporate communications background, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to get into it why I really took the turn, but again, back to my friend who said, you got to answer this call. And I just said, okay. And most days I hate him for it. But today I feel good about it. When I get calls that I've helped people, and like you and I, when we had our session last week, and I told you about Jen and her really helping her whole family, and now jumping out of, I shouldn't name the name, but a big company and starting a small company on her own, start with soap. Mm-hmm. So pretty groovy, a chemical engineer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a simple soap maker. And by the way, I just have to share because it's really funny. I am educated, college educated, but the only class I ever flunked was chemistry. Big fat F the minute I went to college. Oh my goodness. And then I had to take it a second time. Didn't pass. I got a C. Then that summer, I took another chemistry class because I was going into pre-med, and chemistry was difficult. And I passed, got the grade, and I'm glad I know it because now I talk with chemical engineers and I understand chemistry and I can explain chemistry, and I'm glad about that. But I flunked chemistry the first time. It was the only class right away. My first year in college. Ouch.
Well, a lot of people have said, "Oh, not for me," but you hung in there and you persistent.
Yeah, that's one thing about me. I'm a little bit determined would be the word.
All right, let's test Chattaria's astrological knowledge. Let's see if they can guess your astrological sign. What do you think?
I don't think they can.
Let's see. Chattaria, what do you think? What do you think Christine's astrological sign is?
Where do you see Chattaria? I don't see it here. I would love to be in the chat.
In the comments. There's a comments.
Okay. I'm going to go to comments. There, I see it.
Okay. Sam nailed you. Gemini sun. He got you.
Wow!
Sandy D got you too, Gemini. So Sandy and Sam got you. Nora Rashid, Virgo or Gemini. So we got a good group here.
God, they are good. Oh, I thought I was so deceptive, but okay.
Sam, Sandy, and Nora were on it. Good job, guys. Looks like real JB was about to say Gemini.
I owe them a soap bar. Just send me their email. I will send packages.
So that was good.
That is Nora really good.
She's a funny, chatty, mercurial lady. There you go. So we got 3 winner chicken dinners in chat. Good job, guys. All right. So if people were interested in getting your products, she has Venus in Aries, Susie G. So good call on that. Look at that.
They're hard to stump. I really thought I'd be stumping some people.
Susie G got the Aries. Good job. So if people want to pick up some Pure Soap Flakes, whether it's the detergent, the cleaner, the soap, we've got the link in the show notes, which is www.puresoapflakes.com, right?
Yes.
And so the website is going to get a refresh and update. It's looking a little late 90s there, but
by design.
By design.
I didn't try. I decided let it roll.
Yeah. That's so funny. That is really good. But if you want to check out the product, it's on there on the show page. And if you want to support a local American entrepreneur and business, and improve the quality of your life through cleaning and taking better care of your clothes, there's an opportunity, and the link is right there. So, is there anything else that you want to share with people about your soap flake story and everything else that goes along with it?
All I want to say is I think it's really important that we find natural all day long. Look at the ingredients in your home, whatever you're eating, whatever you're drinking, whatever you're breathing. Hug a tree, hug your kid, find natural, drink a lot of water, pure water. Natural's where it's at. It's the only way to go. That's all I have to say. And we have new lotions and potions, that kind of thing. Anybody that orders, just let us know you're from Robert Phoenix, and we will load you up with extras, extra love. But no, I think I don't care where you buy your natural soap. Get some natural soap. I don't care where you get your natural anything, food, support your local farmer. Just get busy with reading ingredients. And, I see any thoughts on the quality of Dr. Bonner's. Let's talk about Dr. Bonner's. I'd love to. I think Dr. Bonner's is great. The thing that I don't produce liquid soap. We produce our liquid soap from hard soap because when you saponify with potassium hydroxide, you're going to have residue in there. But it's far safer than any of the sodium lauryl crap. But Dr. Bronner's has gotten into like Salsuds, I think has sodium lauryl sulfate in it. So be very careful with ingredients. But I would say Dr. Bronner's is a good brand, definitely. So just have to say that. In fact, their hard bars are really lovely, really, really. I think they're using palm. Haven't looked into them much. Hopefully it's American palm. Make sure we're okay, Bronner's are crazy woke. That might be true. And I say this, we aren't woke, but we are conscious. Okay. So we want to be.
You're not woke, but you're awake.
Trying to be. So yeah, we're not woke. But we
all right. Susie G's got a little question here. Does washing your produce in Himalayan salt help? Do you have any idea?
It might. I have to say, I love Himalayan salt, and we have it in our dish cubes. And one thing about Himalayan salt is that it's got great minerals. It's got softeners. Can't hurt. Go with the Himalayan salt. Love it. Okay. Love it. Make it your own. That's the other thing about our soap flakes. It's a base that's really great to work with. You can make it your own. In fact, we send a recipe booklet on how to make all sorts of things. You can just do all sorts of stuff with soap. It's hilarious. Here's a cool thing, soap glue. You can just take the soap flakes, add some water, and you make kind of a consistency. But if you're going to have a party outside and you need to glue down the tablecloth, use some soap glue, and then you wash it off after. Learned by a friend of mine's mother who's no longer with us. Hey to Thelma. And what a hilarious thing to do with soap flakes. Soap glue. Isn't that hilarious?
It kind of fits though. I can see it. It's better. It's better than horse glue, I would say.
Yeah.
Maybe not as, I don't know. Maybe it is effective. I don't know. I've never tried your soap glue, but it's an interesting alternative for sure.
Yeah. Well, I say just find natural. One of the things that we're going to do on the website is explore. We want to show people about ingredients, borax, washing soda, baking soda, vinegar, how they come together. Again, I'm going to show the chemistry in a simple way. It's really fun chemistry, not boring. We're going to flunk chemistry, but we want to understand natural chemistry in the world. It's God's gift to us, you know,
Yeah.
and we just want to use it in the right way, not the wrong way. And whenever we manipulate things, we're probably going in a, you know, we're not going to help. How do we help ourselves here?
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
cost effective. I have done the math part on how much these modern soaps cost. You're buying a big jug of water, really, when you buy the orange, the day glow blue, whatever it is.
Right.
Add your own water. And that's one of the things that we're encouraging. Add water. It will ship it dry and you add the water.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Any last words of wisdom? Anything else you want to share with folks?
No, but thank you. Thank you for everything. And Robert, really, sincerely, thank you
You're welcome.
for empowering me to do this. I can't believe I am. Been doing it for 15 years. And I can't believe the goodness that's coming and the difficulty and the challenges that it involves. But I think it's worth it. We need to save ourselves. And people are amazing. And I think we should all go out and be amazing today.
I love it. I absolutely love it. All right. When you get your website in another iteration and you get to the next level, whatever that is, and you've got success stories and some challenges overcome, we'll have you back on the show and we'll talk about it. In the meantime, you take care of yourself, and hopefully a few people will see this and click on the link and get turned on to some Pure Soap Flakes.
And if you do, let me know you're from Robert, and we will just load you up with extra love from northern Minnesota. Thank you ever so, my friend.
You're welcome, Christine. We'll see you offline, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, bye-bye. All right. That was our friend, our new friend. Now, she's been in chat before. She has shown up in chat. She's been in there pecking away, contributing, and putting some comments along the way. And well, she just went public, right? And she sent me a big package of Pure Soap Flake stuff a couple years ago. And it was like, what is this? Where did this come from? And then she reached out to me and like, oh, it came from you. Oh, that's cool. So that was my first kind of formal introduction to Christine. And then about a year ago, we started to work together astrologically. She took on some coaching. And so I've been working on the coaching side with her and helping her navigate sort of the business side and some of the stickier family issues in her life. And it's been great. It's been absolutely great. And, she's getting ready to go to another level. I'm telling you, the things that she was sharing with me, which she didn't really talk about during the interview, is that not just Amazon came to her, but there have been some other companies that have come to her and said, we'll pay you like big six figures for your company. And she just said, no, I'm not going to do that. I want to continue to run this privately, but there are some huge opportunities that are coming her way. And so I just feel like it's really important that we support people that are creating products in this country, and not just any products, but products that help people. That's one of the reasons why I have Chris as a sponsor of the show, and that's True Hemp Science. He is creating all of his products right here in the state of Texas. He knows where all of his hemp is coming from. It may not all come from Texas, but it comes from other parts of the United States. It is all organically sourced. And he spends a lot of time going over it, going through it, and creating the CBD products that are optimal for your health. So if you want to check that out, go to truehempscience.com, type in 15MINS, 15MINS, and you will get a goodie bag along with your order over $100 or more. $150 or more gets you free shipping, and there's always a 30-day money-back guarantee. And if you do go to Christine and you do buy some products, let her know that you're from Chattaria, and she'll load you up with some other stuff as well. And, this is what we're here to do, right? We are here to promote one another, right? We are here to nurture one another. We are here to take the sort of the infant steps in creating a new system. And we don't really know where it's going, right? And that's okay. And sometimes it just starts with an interview on a YouTube channel and a link, and the next thing you know, there's this butterfly effect, and this inspires somebody else to do something else, and then they've got their own thing and they're working on their own thing, and we're all kind of in this really complex and dynamic interconnected web of novelty. And we look around us and we see the collapse of the old system, right? We see it on a political level. We see it on a commercial level. We see it on an artistic level. All the old systems are collapsing. So that means there needs to be new systems that are going to move into play, right? And if we take the astrology into account, Capricorn and the Rain and Pluto in Capricorn, which, by the way, extends out prior to 1776. We just go through the Pluto return in 2019, right? 2019, 2020, that's where we go to the Pluto return. But we're in Pluto and Aquarius now. And this is a wholly different paradigm. And think if we had 1,000 versions of Christine and 1,000 variations of doing something different, right? I mean, the future is. And, as we move into Pluto and Aquarius, it just feels like this unplanned network that emerges. And it emerges naturally in response to one of the words that Christine used during the interview, which is no, I'm not going to do this. No, I'm not going to participate. No, I'm not going to buy this, or I'm not going to buy from this manufacturer. We were talking about glyphosate over on Twitter today. And it's like, how do we make a stand against glyphosate? Well, one of the things you can do is you can stop buying wheat, because glyphosate is obviously a big component in being able to, separate that hard kernel of the wheat from the germ faster, right? So our wheat has been contaminated with glyphosate. And it's not just gluten, but we have power, right? We have power in our choices. So you can say no. And by saying no, you're saying yes to something else. I'm excited about the future, and I think it's going to be difficult, no doubt. We're going to go through some challenges, but I'm excited about the future. I look around and, and I see these old systems collapsing, and I see the players revealing themselves, and there's masks off. It's getting real easy to spot, like, who's legitimate, who's real, who's on your team, versus like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Look at that person. Like, I'll give you an example. Not that I ever lionized this individual, but I always thought that Josh Hawley had some kind of that Midwestern character and fiber. I think he played football at the University of Kansas or something like that. University of Missouri, wherever he's from. I mean, he played college football. He's a Capricorn. Like, if you were to go look into Josh Hawley's closet, you would not find any dirt. I can guarantee you that. That guy is freaking spotless, because Josh Hawley knew that he was on some kind of significant political trajectory, that it one day might lead him to the highest seat in the land. But Josh Hawley basically said, if you're protesting against Israel at these campuses, we should deport you. Well, a lot of people thought that they should send Americans who are protesting to Gaza. And he was saying that we should deport the Palestinians, theoretically, who are protesting in support of their people. And I thought to myself, man, instead of really trying to understand what the hell is going on here, you're just going to goose step in line like everybody else and collect your campaign money from AIPAC. Apparently, AIPAC is not happy with Thomas Massey, and they are going to donate a shit ton of money to whoever runs against Thomas Massey. This is how the game works. And again, not that I was a huge fan of Josh Hawley, but I looked at the guy, maybe this guy's got some moral fiber and character. Well, he just revealed that he's just like all the rest, right? So we're getting to see all these things happen in real time. And it's good. I think it's good. It's good. We're watching it. The tricky part is the fear. And well, what do we do in the meantime? How does this get replaced? Look, there's a divine plan here. And some of this is based on just trust and having faith that we have enough fortitude and enough inside of us to do what we need to do and to create the new systems, to create the new networks, to interact with people at a different level, and to not employ the same methods of death, destruction, intimidation, corruption, pitting people against one another. Competition is not a bad thing. But when you pit people against one another needlessly, so you create division and divide and conquer, that's a whole different story. Apparently, we got these CMEs incoming. Hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? If it happens, it happens. It's the way it is, right? Whatever it is, if it happens, it happens. I would think that maybe perhaps we could reframe our relationship with the incoming CMEs, and maybe we could see them as being positive and embrace them, whatever they are, versus, clench our anuses and wait for yet another moment of doom. I'm ready to turn the doom page. Not that I want to stick my head in the sand, because that doesn't suit anybody. But there's a difference between being aware of what's happening, calling it out, making a few precautions, and sticking your head in the sand. Like, there's a few things you got to do, baseline. But after that, what is really in our control? I mean, let's be honest. What is really in our control after that? Not a lot. Not a lot. So you have to let it go. You have to let it go. And when you do, there can be a lot of power in that. We don't have to have it all figured out. I guess that's what I'm saying. We don't have to have it all figured out. Because when the time comes, we'll have to figure it out. And we'll surprise ourselves with our ingenuity and our ability to connect with one another and help one another and create a better world. Because let's be honest, at the end days of this one, it's kind of sucking, no matter how you slice it. So just take your precautions, whatever you need to do, and maybe see this as a blessing versus a damnation or a curse upon the world. And who knows? You might acquire a superpower along the way. You never know. All right. We're out of here. Thanks for being here. Thank you for Christine. Go check out puresoapflakes.com. Let's support our friend. Get yourself some good products along the way. Provided that the grid has not gone down on Sunday night. Who knows? Maybe it will. If it does, it's okay. Bust out some books. Light some candles. Right? Let's go back to 1920. Use your head in order to discern what's real. Your heart's. Oh, I got something else I got to share. Something else. Very important before I sign off. I have started a locals page. And as many of you are aware of, I am going through a divorce with PayPal. So your monthly subscriptions have been canceled. Well, I've taken care of it, and I have a locals page where you can sign up, and you will get, actually, you'll wind up getting more than you did last time. So what I did is I have a 1-tier level. I decided on $11 a month since it's the 11th house. That means Stripe gets about $1 of that to process. And what you will get is you will get a webinar every month, a 2.5 to 3 hour webinar every month, which I have been doing. So you get that behind the paywall at locals. We'll have digital town squares where we'll just get together and talk. We don't have to learn anything except from each other. And I am also looking at the idea of pop-up news flashes so that when something happens that gets our attention, I can just shoot out an email or message to everybody that's on the locals page, and we can all get there and start talking about it if we want to. And we can bring up whatever kind of imagery or video. So this is going to be a really, I think, a vast improvement over sort of what we've been doing. And then there's, some content that I'll be putting up just in terms of written content. And then every now and then I will do an interview with somebody on locals that I may not do here on YouTube. And if that's the case, I guarantee you that person will be controversial. And I'm happy to have it behind the paywall. So that's going to be one of the other bonuses. Go to locals, 11th house. You'll find me there. And if you still want to be a part of this and support my work, there you go. I guess that's about it. We'll be back on Sunday night. Have a great Mother's Day. And if your mother's not around, find somebody else's mother and love them. That sounds a little weird, I know, but love them. Anyway, take care. We'll see you on Sunday night. Thanks, Christine. Thank you, Chattaria. Bye for now.